What up? What's good? Welcome into the OnlyBets Sports Podcast alongside Stern Bets. Drew DeLucchi, I'm the Prince of Picks. We have got a great landscape of sports to cover today on the show. Of course, we've got Major League Baseball in action, World Cup. We've got the WNBA, and we'll also be tracking the PGA. Mr. Brian Liberati's golf picks as the Travelers Championship tees off here and gets underway. So we got some great sports here to cover. Let me bring in Moshe. Good morning, Stern. How you doing, brother?
Good morning. Oops, I just realized that I was off mute this whole time. I'm a little under the weather. May have gone out last night, which may not have been the brightest idea, but I've got to say that's another loss, two in a row for me. I don't remember the last time I had two official pick losses in a row, and that's really on me for not respecting this heat dome. I mean, runs are flying, balls are flying, and I plan on taking advantage of it today.
Yeah, I heard you. Of course, I wasn't able to make it on the show yesterday, but I heard you talking about the heat wave and the heat and how it affects balls flying out. And you were going to be on overs and everything. And I couldn't agree more with you. I think overs are absolutely the way to look at it right now. So I'm not sure what you got for today's slate. I'm sure we'll get into it here in a minute. But to recap my plays, guys, of course, I wasn't on the show yesterday, so I didn't really have anything. I did have something for today. Remember, I gave out a play on Tuesday for today. So I'll go ahead and recap that real quick. We do have Switzerland team total over 1.5 at plus money. If you want the details and the breakdown of that, you can listen to Tuesday's podcast. But we also hit on USA first half money line. They got it done there towards the end. They did get the goal. A great win for them. Moving on to the round of 16 to take on Belgium. So we'll get into that in a little bit here, but just wanted to throw that out there. So officially 1-0 on the picks for yesterday.
Yeah, well done. I remember talking about yesterday. I saw a boost for the first time, first half money line in USA, and I was like, I'm suspicious of that. I'm not going to play it. And then I look at my book while the game is being played at the bar, and I'm like, oh, I do have that play because I forgot that you had given it out. I bet it already.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was laughing when you were talking about that. I was like, dude, that's the one I gave out. You're like, he was on the under. I'm like, no, Mo, play the boost. We're on that. I was cracking up.
It's my bad, but you know what? I cashed.
That's right. Cash is a cash. We
All
got
right,
there. We got there one way.
Where are we going first? Do you want to do WNBA? Do you have anything in WNBA first?
Yeah, we can start with WNBA. That's fine.
All right, let's start there. You were hot. I know you're coming off a win.
Yep.
I know I cashed that on Bet Rivers, so
Yep.
thank you for that because that was even money, plus money with the boost.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, plus money with the boost there. I think it was over 170.5, if I'm not mistaken. Aces and Liberty, that was the Commissioner's Cup final on Tuesday. So, yep, definitely cashed that one out. For today, I've actually got a same game parlay that we're going to be hitting up here. We got a 10 p.m. Eastern tip off where the Seattle Storm are going to be playing the Phoenix Mercury in Phoenix in the desert here. What I landed on here for this one, again, is the same game parlay. I'm looking at Phoenix Mercury. I'm going to alt line them on an alt spread to +2, even plus 2.0 here for Phoenix Mercury. We're going to parlay that with the game total. We're going to alt this one as well over 161.5. So we're going to take that down a little bit. We're going to look at over 161.5 with the Phoenix Mercury +2. You get plus money at that plus 100. I really like that a lot. Phoenix has an important player coming back tonight. For the life of me, I cannot remember her name. I should have wrote it down. But she's been a key factor to this team. She is going to be back tonight for the Phoenix Mercury. Seattle Storm, one of the worst teams in the league, pretty bad on the road as well. So I think the Mercury are in a good bounce back spot tonight to get it done. If you want to take them on the money line, you could. But I was just trying to get this to plus money with the least amount of risk as possible. So I was able to alt spread them at +2 and still get plus money on this with the total. So Phoenix Mercury +2, game total over 161.5. That parlay comes in at plus 100.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I was able to play around with it a little bit on FanDuel. And I found a boost there as well. So, I recommend looking there first for our listeners. I know I was able to take advantage. Anything else in the W before we go on to baseball?
No, that's it for me for the W.
All right. Hey, Drew, welcome in. How did you do yesterday and where are you going today?
Yeah, Andrew Abbott's under hit. He pitched 5 innings. I think he had like 5 runs given up. I think it was the Belgium game, I believe. Yeah, game was That game was pretty insane. I did Belgium, I believe, three-way money line. The fact that they still had a chance was insane. I think that's one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. I remember when I was coming back from lunch, I saw it was the 81st minute. Um, it was like they were down 2 goals. In the 87th minute, they were down 2 goals, and then they scored two straight goals, and then win at the very end of like extra time. So 1-1 on the day.
By the way, real quick, greatest comeback, depending on what side of that you're on. For me, it was the worst comeback because I had Senegal advancing, and we were 5 minutes away from catching that. And they somehow gave up 2 goals. Still can't figure that one out, but just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. I was watching that and I didn't know. I mean, I wanted Senegal to win because that was the money that I had on with you, Prince. But that was kind of wild. It was a lot of fun. I was watching with my whole team at work. We had it on the big TV in the I forget what they call it, but there's like a few couches and we have like a big screen TV and we watched like some of the games there. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Definitely very entertaining.
I would have rather U.S. played Senegal personally than Belgium. That's another reason why I wanted Senegal win. Not that I already had them advancing regardless of who they play next, but for U.S.'s sake, I like their chances better against Senegal. But hey, it's all right. We got Belgium, and you know what? We're hot right now, so let's see. I trust this U.S. team
Yeah,
to
I
beat
will
anyone.
say, quick shout out. I did call out the both teams to score in that Senegal game. I hit almost sweat free.
Yep, I
I
saw
say
that. Well done, sir.
almost because the wrong
Hey,
team scored first, I would say, for most people's expectations, except for you.
no, that day doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. So yeah, you got it.
All right, Drew, where are we going in this heat wave? Are we looking at an over or an under for pitcher props? Which I'm assuming that's what you got.
Oh, how would you have guessed? Oh, dang. Yeah, this when it comes to today, we actually, of course, we're in July, so like you said, reaching a heat wave across some places are very weird. Where it's off and on. We're gonna go to a very weird place. Speaking of that, Marlins, who have been the hottest team in baseball. Don't get me wrong. I think what is it? They're like 20-6 in the last like 26 games, right, Stern?
I'd have to look exactly, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're
it's
they're on the top of my list
yeah.
of in terms of heat. In the last month, let me see because I actually just pulled this up. Um, Miami is the fourth hottest team in the last month in hitting, trailing only behind Milwaukee, Cubs, Dodgers, and then there's Miami right there.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, I think because I saw a Twitter post like too. Also, they're 20-6, whatever. Like they're insane, and their highest, and they have one of the, I think they have the lowest like value of payroll in the MLB. Their highest paid player isn't on the team anymore. 2017, Carlos, and last time Stanton played was 2017. He's the highest, so that tells you everything right there. But where I'm going is Michael Lorenzen in Rocky Stadium. Under 15 and a half outs, minus 150. I think this is insane value, guys. We're talking about Michael Lorenzen. Yeah, he has covered this in his last, I think, like 2 games. But before that, he didn't cover this in his last, if you look at it, 9 games. Yeah, last 9 games, he didn't cover this, I believe. No, actually, last 8 games, he has not covered this beforehand. And also, his last 2 games, he's played away and home. This guy has been off and on this year. He's driven up his pitch count. He hasn't pitched really 100 pitches since like 7 games ago, and especially when you're going to the Rocky Stadium, and we all know how Coors Field is. I think this is great value for a pitcher that gives up a lot of contact, and he's facing a team that doesn't really strike out as much, and they don't strike out as much, and they get a lot of balls in play. Michael Lorenzen, he's not really a high strikeout pitcher. And then overall with Michael Lorenzen is we've seen him struggle against when it comes to really good teams. And the Coors Field weather too is it's only like 7 miles per hour, which won't be a big issue to like center field. I mean, usually I only factor it in a big deal when it comes to like 10 miles per hour, but center field is the deepest part and it's a big deal. But the biggest thing that I noticed was it's gonna be 90 degrees in Coors Field, guys. Heat. with it's low humidity. It's low humidity, but when there's 90 degrees with that high of elevation, the ball is going to travel, and I think both pitchers could get rocked. So give me under 15.5 outs for Michael Lorenzen.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm going to be fading. Well, I'm going to be fading the Rockies as well. Michael Lorenzen, to your point, has an 8.20 home ERA this year. 8.20. Yeah, it's not good. Multiple runs in the last 5 games. I don't see him really being successful. I'm going to be taking the Marlins team total over 2.5 in a team total parlay. That's how I'm going to be attacking it. I also want exposure to the Rockies bullpen, who in the last month have ranked 28th in underlying metrics and ERA. With the extra bat at the 9th inning, I love the over on both sides. I think I actually see a little bit of value on the Rockies money line, simply because it's going to be a high variance game. But I see Marlins scoring at least 3 runs, and I wouldn't mind sprinkling on their team total at plus money over 5.5 either. I'm going to take them with the Dodgers team total over 2.5 and the Rays team total over 3.5. Dodgers, not necessarily a part of the heat dome, but it is going to be 70-degree weather, 8 miles per hour blowing out in one of the better hitting environments in baseball. LA just faced off against the Padres. They're facing it off against Randy Vasquez, who just gave up 4 earned runs, 7 actual runs in just 3 innings. Underlying metrics are terrible. 13.5% barrel rate, 40%, 47% hard hit rate, 17% strikeout. Pitch to contact, not the place, not the team. I think the Dodgers score 3 easily. So I'm going to take, again, Dodgers, Marlins, team totals over 3.5, and I'm taking the Rays. Now, I would say this is the real pick here because the Rays team total over 4.5. The Royals bullpen has just been awful. Awful. Ranked 29th in the last month. Very low over the year. They're starting Stephen Kolek, who is coming off a 9-run outing to St. Louis. And Kolek's barrel to hit rate numbers aren't necessarily too bad. They're exactly league average. But when you're talking, again, whiff to strikeout numbers, so clearly a pitch to contact type of pitcher in this heat dome, 92-degree weather, 13 miles per hour blowing out, I see lots of runs being scored. So you can get all of that minus 118. I'll say it again: Dodgers, Marlins team totals over 2.5, and Rays team total over 3.5. And shout out to Prince for for the deep total parlay. Prince, any thoughts on that one?
No, I love it, and I like that you went my direction with the team total. And I got a little chuckle out of that when I saw that last night. But I love it. Let's do it.
I need a break. I'm so pissed at myself for betting on the unders during a heat dome. Won't happen again, gentlemen. Won't happen again. Drew, any reactions to this play, and do you have any other thoughts?
No, no other thoughts. I like it a lot. I like your call out too for the Marlins over 5.5 plus money if people want to take it. That's not bad value either.
I personally sprinkled on each of these individual team totals over, because I'm not going to get stuck in a situation where 2 of these 3 teams score 15 runs and the last team scores 2 or 3, and I lose out on a bet. So I did put a quarter unit on each team total over, ideally at even or plus money, even if it was a little bit juice. So, Prince, any plays in the MLB today?
No, nothing for me in baseball.
All right, Drew, any last thoughts in MLB?
No, no last thoughts from me.
All right, ready to head into the World Cup, Prince?
I am, but first I'm going to throw a little wrinkle at the format here, because we do have international basketball actually, just for the next several days here, and I do have a play here coming up for this afternoon. Of course, we have started off this morning pretty much on fire. We're 6-2 in our live plays over on the VIP channel on the Telegram app there. So we have been crushing it this morning on the live plays. I gave a couple of them out on X. You hit one of those as well. So international basketball is well underway here, and we are cashing these tickets out to start today. So hopefully we can continue that over this afternoon. Of course, we got America's qualifying tonight, which will be later on this evening. The rest of them are going to be European, Asian, and African. But what I landed on here for this afternoon, just one game, guys, that we're going to cover on the show is going to be a European FIBA World Cup qualifier. Again, this is basketball, guys. World Cup qualifiers. We're looking at the game at, I believe it's a 3:30 p.m. Eastern tip. Italy. Drew's Italy here, taking on Iceland. I like the over in this one. Over 163.5. You can get that at minus 120. Italy's one of the better scoring teams in all of Europe. Problem is they play no defense. So their games typically go over. Same thing for Iceland. Pretty bad defensive team here in terms of them as well. So I like the game total over. If you want to play a team total over, I would look at Italy for a team total over. But I'm just going to take the game total over here because the Italians are pretty suspect defensively, although they are pretty good offensively here as well. So Iceland, Italy, over 163.5 at minus 120. Any thoughts for you, Drew, before, or I'm sorry, Stern, before, or and you, Drew, before I go on to World Cup?
I'll give it a Drew, Prince. He got me messed up. I'll give it a Drew next to say anything about his home team.
Drew, anything on the Italians, on the Italianos for basketball? Any thoughts on that?
No, on the Italians for basketball. No thoughts for the Italians. Bibbidi bobbidi. I'm just kidding.
Okay, very good.
Very
Oh, you
good,
thought
very
somebody
nice.
just kicked off the
Very
show. He's
nice.
Italian.
It's a me, gelato.
It's a me, Drew. Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna take it and say the only play I think that you didn't hit today lost on the hook. I think you had the under 64.5 and it was like 65.
God. Okay, that was the one play I gave out on X. Yeah, that really ticked me off. But we actually just got a really bad beat. Not to bring that up. We had a live play going on the VIP channel. We had Iraq plus 8.5 against Syria. Right, Syria's up. The game is in complete control. They've already moved on to the next round, so there's no incentive for them to score. Right, sitting at 7 points. Right, the lead is 7. For some reason, with 0.7 seconds left, Syria inbounds the ball, and the guy shoots a 3 for absolutely no reason, and he makes it. So we lose the 8.5 cover on a buzzer beater 3 that was completely irrelevant. Oh my god, talk about I was so pissed. Talk about a bad beat. That was a horrible beat we had this morning.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
rough, brother. All right, bring us
Yeah.
into
But
the World
anyway,
Cup, though. I want to hear what we got.
yeah, for sure. So for the World Cup, of course, like I mentioned today, we do have Switzerland team total over 1.5. Again, if you want to listen to that breakdown, you're going to listen to Tuesday's podcast for that one. But we have matches tomorrow as well. The one I'm going to land on here is going to be Argentina taking on Cape Verde Islands. Look, guys, I love the story with Cape Verde. I love everything about this team. I love the way they play, how they fight really hard to get to this spot. It's all going to come crashing down. Argentina is way too good for this Cape Verde team. I think Argentina wins this one comprehensively. When you look at the game between Cape Verde and Spain, it took a heroic effort from their goalkeeper to keep Spain out of the back of the net in that one. I don't think lightning strikes twice. I do expect Argentina to put up quite a good number here against Cape Verde. Cape Verde's going to hunker in. They're going to bunker down. They're going to try to hang on for as long as they can, but Argentina's too good. I would look at anytime goal scorer Messi, of course. You have to, right? He's on a tear right now. But officially here, what I'm going to do is take Argentina on a -2 handicap. That comes in at minus 115. So if they win by 2 goals, we push. But if they win by 3 or more, we win that bet. And again, I'm just going to fade the Cinderella story for Cape Verde. They're running into a juggernaut here in Argentina. And although they played a juggernaut in Spain, again, I think that was an absolute anomaly. And I cannot see that happening 2 times here. So give me Argentina on a handicap -2 spread at minus 115.
So, you know, my model and my picks generally lean to the underdog. It doesn't here. I have a 3-0 victory for Argentina. I'm 100% on board.
Yeah, I just can't see. I mean, it's just like I said. I mean, lightning striking twice. I don't see it with Cape Verde. So they got fortunate to be here. They got fortunate to get the result that they got. But it ends there. Drew, any thoughts from you on this one?
Oh, no thoughts on my side.
And then, did you have a play and or a fact?
Oh, just give me 1 second. I have to
All right,
send this message to
no
somebody
problem.
real quick. The boss wife. But yeah.
So I will say, in line with what I just said about my model, not necessarily liking underdogs, I actually bet on England in their matchup. Who was it against?
DR Congo?
Mexico.
Oh, what you talking about this coming? Oh, you talking about this coming matchup on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take them at plus 145 on the money line, 3-way money line. Have some value on England. Just curious about your thoughts there, Prince.
Yeah. Look, anytime you can get England plus money, I think that's a good play, right? The problem is they're playing in Mexico at Azteca Stadium with a Mexican team that's absolutely on fire and hasn't conceded a goal yet. So I think those are the reasons why you're getting England at plus money, right? For me personally, I haven't made a decision on that game yet. I'll be completely honest with you. I need to do a little bit more research before I come up with the final play. I am kind of I don't feel comfortable fading Mexico right now. I just think there's something in the water with that team. They're just clicking on all cylinders. England has looked a little bit suspect. I mean, it took them to the what was it, the 75th minute for them to get a goal against DR Congo. They struggled against Panama in group play. They struggled against Ghana in group play. So I've seen 3 games in a row from England where I have not been impressed. They found a way to get it done, but you're talking about Azteca, maybe the best home field advantage in all the world. So I'm not sure, but I get the value in it. I think there's a ton of value. I'll put it that way. And getting England at plus money, I think there's a ton of value in that for sure.
Okay, how about both teams to score? Somehow you can get this at plus 112 over on Caesars. I know you just said that Mexico hasn't given up a goal, sorry, and that England has struggled, but I mean, I really think that the England's proness is going to show up sooner or later. I have to think that they both score. I think plus 112 is a good pick. I'm going to make that half a unit official pick for me, I think.
Okay, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm undecided on that. To be completely honest with you, I mean, like I said, Mexico hasn't conceded a goal. England typically they play more conservative. I think the fact that Congo scored first kind of opened that game up. Otherwise, had they not scored, I think you would have seen probably a 0-0 heading in to the 75th minute. I don't think it would have changed anything from England's standpoint. They typically play a little bit more conservative, which is what drives their fan base nuts. Because of all that talent, they shouldn't be playing as conservative as they do, but it's what they do. So I'm 50-50 on it. I thought Mexico Ecuador was going to be a low scoring game, and that one turned out to Mexico put in 2 goals early in that one, and that one I think surprised a lot of people. So now I'm on the fence. I'm not sure which way to go on that, but yeah, I mean, plus money BTTS, sure, why
I will
not?
say one last look as a potential option. The over 2 at minus 115. That's actually probably more your speed because you don't have to bet on both teams. You could just bet on. Anyway, all right, I'll take a look at it. Nothing official yet. We'll go back to the drawing board. Drew, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. So first, the play. I like Portugal on the three-way money line today. I believe it's minus 150. Just overall, I think it's good value from and I think Prince can speak on it, but I just think they're the better team than Croatia, and they don't necessarily need Ronaldo to go in. They have talent across the board, and I just think overall Portugal should win this game, and people, like overall expect them to win this game. We have seen upsets and craziness, but this is something that Portugal needs. They need this win. I know it's a knockout and everyone needs to win, but for their country's sake, they can't lose this game. Yeah.
Moshe,
Prince.
I'll let you go first, Moshe, and then I'll give my thoughts.
So I will say my value does have value on the underdog here at plus 410. But I'm uncomfortable. Portugal's scary. I tend to agree. From a chance perspective, I tend to agree. From an odds perspective, I think it's a little bit juiced.
Yeah, I agree with you, Moshe. Here's the thing. I think on paper, right, when you look at the 2 teams on paper, Portugal by far is a better team, right? And every camper that I've listened to, the majority of them are on Portugal today. So I think you're on the right side in terms of the public and even probably the sharps. A lot of them seem to be on Portugal because, look, they are the better team than Croatia. Make no mistake about it. Problem is twofold. One, how many minutes is Ronaldo going to play? I hate to say this about my boy. I do take Ronaldo greater than Messi. That's my stance. I'll always stick by it. But at this point of his career, he's just not effective. And the longer he stays on the field, the more detrimental it is to Portugal, in my opinion. I think they're better off putting someone else in there who's more mobile, who can actually run, who can actually impact the game in more ways than just standing inside the box waiting for something to happen. That's my opinion. So I think that is one part of it. And the other part is Croatia. This is a team that is like that cockroach that doesn't die, right? Every time you fade them, they find a way to get it done. They're just that veteran, gritty team that always seems to play the right pass at the right time, right? To take the right shot at the right time. They're very smart. They're very intelligent in the way they play. And they're very experienced. So I have a hard time fading them. I just they're a scary team for that reason, in the terms of their pedigree and their togetherness and their team unity. That speaks a lot in terms of, especially in a World Cup where, like I've said before, it's a sprint, it's not a marathon. So when you have the vibes going, it doesn't have to go for long for you to win some games consecutively. So for me, I get it. Like I said, the majority of people are on Portugal. They are the better team. They should win. But it's Croatia. You never know with Croatia. They're like that sleeping dog that can wake up at any point. So, full disclosure, I'm on Croatia to advance in this one. If they do advance, it'll probably have to be an extra time or most likely a shootout. But it could go either way in this one. So it's 50-50, but I get your play, Drew, and I think there is value on Portugal to win.
Awesome. Yeah. Appreciate the
Yeah,
insight.
sorry, buddy. We've been with you lock and step every other one, though.
Oh no, it's okay. It's all, I don't mind at all.
You look, it's different perspectives,
Yeah,
right? It's different
exactly.
points of view, and that's all it is. I mean, none of us can tell the future, so we're just going off of our experiences and what the numbers tell us, and we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a great game. I can't wait to watch it. That much is for sure. I think it's going to be one of the best games of this round of 32.
You know what I think is going to be really fun about this game is that no matter who's winning, if one team goes up, it's going to be a sweat because the other team can bounce back just as fast.
I agree.
That's going to be a lot of fun watching the
Yep.
nervous tensions in that building. And even if they go up by 2, I wouldn't necessarily trust either team to hold it down.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
just
good point, Mosh. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. That's a really good point. If anything, I would look maybe towards overs in this game. I think that's a solid point you just made.
yeah, definitely a lean there. No official play though. Drew, any last thoughts? And or a fact of the day. Prince, any final thoughts in the World Cup?
No final thoughts for me. Of course, tomorrow we'll be covering the games taking place on Saturday and Sunday over the weekend. So stay tuned for that, and I'll definitely have a Mexico play by then. So yeah.
I am very interested. I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep dive and see what else I can find on that one, but I want to back England.
I honestly think it's
Somehow.
I honestly think it's the most fascinating matchup right now of the round of
Yes.
16, England Mexico. I love the
Yes.
vibes around it.
Yes. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. You also have like 2 huge countries with 2 huge fan bases.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we're gonna see a lot of memes online.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. The pregame is gonna be nuts. Everything about it surrounding that game is just gonna be a lot of fun to see what goes on in social media with it.
Yeah, it is always entertaining. All right, anything else in the world of sports, Prince or Drew?
Yeah, I was gonna give a cool World Cup fact. Perfect. The fact is, the farthest Asian country that has gone in the FIFA World Cup is South Korea in 2002, the semifinals. So that's the farthest ever an Asian country has made it.
Yeah, that goes. You know what? That gives hope to US, right? Because that just goes to show how
For
much home field.
men's.
Yeah, right. But that takes. No, my point is that gives hope to US for this World Cup, because that just goes to show how far home field advantage can take you. It's a really important thing, and that's the reason why South Korea made it to the semifinal because they had home field advantage. Of course, I think there were some things that happened along the way. I heard some like refereeing controversies and stuff. I was a little bit young back then, so I don't remember exactly what happened. But in any case, yeah, home field advantage is a big thing, and yeah, shout out to South Korea. Unfortunately, they got knocked out super early in this one. Actually, they got booed when they landed. I don't know if there's videos going around; they're pretty viral. The fans and everybody booing them as they're walking off the terminal and in the airport, and it was a pretty rough scene. South Korean soccer is in a tough place right now, but yeah, cool fact though.
Any question of the day, Prince? I'll give you a few minutes, or Drew, if you have one ready to go. I got nothing. My brain is blank today.
All right, I got one here. I just pulled one up here. All right. So here is your question. All right, so let's say you're a coach again, okay? Just like last time. But this time, the question is would you rather retire as a forgotten coach with a winning record or as a famous coach known to lose championships? Most, you go first.
Huh. I mean, I guess I would have to say famous coach that loses championships, because there's been a few greatest coaches of all time that's probably never won a championship, but you are still there to construct a team. You still brought them further than almost every single other team out in the league. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would go with that with that option. I think that's it's yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that's a tough one, right? But I would hate to be forgotten, right? I'd rather be known. At least you got to the championship, right? Which is what the pinnacle of the season is, right? Every season you want to get to the championship game, so at least you can say that, hey, yeah, maybe we lost it, but we got to our final destination that every team strives to get to each season. Which I think if you have that, you probably have a lot of wins, right? Because you're not going to get there without having a lot of wins, so you'll have the wins to back it up. But I'd rather do that than just win a bunch of regular season games and then never make it, right? And then you're like, okay, yeah, this coach was a regular season coach, but he couldn't get it done in the playoffs. So if you make it to the championship game, that means you won some playoff series or some playoff games, which means this boosts your status, I would say, as a head coach. So yeah, I would agree with you on that one.
Yeah, take the whatever glory you can possibly get. I'm interested to hear what Drew thinks. Drew, you back with us?
What was the exact question again, Prince? Sorry, it cut out for
No,
me.
you're good. Yeah. So basically, would you rather be a coach that has a ton of wins but never won a championship? Or I'm sorry, would you rather have, let me rephrase it. Would you rather have a ton of wins as a coach, but be forgotten? Or would you rather be a coach remembered for losing championship games?
I'd rather be a coach that like won titles, I would say.
Okay, so winning titles is not part of the equation. So let me rephrase that. So would you rather be a coach? Let's say you won 800 games throughout your season, but nobody remembers you.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. You won 800 games and nobody remembers you. Or you're a coach that got to the championship game, but you never could get over the top. But you got to multiple championship games, but you never win it. So people remember you as the coach that got to championship games, but you never won. Or you could just be forgotten, but you have 800 wins. Which one would you rather be?
Just be forgotten.
Really? Okay, interesting. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that would just be forgotten at the end of the day, personally, at the that because I mean 800 wins is a lot of wins. Rather not be known for just losing championships and stuff.
Okay, because me and Stern were on the other side, and we said at least you got to the championship game. Which to get to the championship game, obviously you had to win some playoff series and you had to get some wins under your belt, so you kind of get both at the same time. But interesting. Okay, cool. No right or wrong answer. Just a question I pulled up here on Google.
Don't
So
forget those bonuses every playoff win.
look at you thinking beyond outside of the box here. Once again, I love
Hey,
it,
listen,
Mosh.
that's your job.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let's go ahead and recap. I'm sorry that I'm off my game today. Hopefully, I will be back at 100% tomorrow. But Drew, why don't you lead us off with your recap?
Yeah, I have Michael Lorenzen under 59,000 minus 150, and then I have Portugal three-way money line at minus 150.
Yep, I'm going to be on a 3-leg team total parlay. Dodgers and Marlins team totals over 2.5. Rays team total over 3.5. Prince, close us out.
Yeah, so for the WNBA tonight, we're looking at the Phoenix Mercury +2 with the game total over 161.5 at +100. In FIBA, International Basketball World Cup qualifying for Europe, we're looking at Iceland, Italy over 163.5 at -120. In soccer today in the World Cup, it could be Switzerland team total over 1.5 goals at +108. And then the World Cup tomorrow, this will be for Friday. We're looking at Argentina on a -2 handicap spread here at -115. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. This has been the OnlyBets Sports Podcast, Thursday edition. I'm sorry, lost track of my days here. For certain bets, Drew DeLucchi. I'm the Prince of Picks. Have a great afternoon. Let's catch out these tickets. We'll be back again tomorrow live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on OnlyBets Podcast on Twitter Spaces and X. Until then, guys, we'll talk to y'all soon. And we appreciate you. Thanks. See ya.